right, so hey folks, today I wanted to do a little review on the Celestron PowerSeeker 127 EQ. My wife got me this telescope for Christmas. Been telling her for months, wow honey, I'd love to have a telescope, so I was pleasantly surprised when I opened it up and saw that she got me this. So this is just kind of a little bit of a review. I actually love the telescope. What I've been able to see with this since I've had it, I've seen the moons around Jupiter, I've seen the rings around Saturn. It actually came into view this weekend for the first time. Venus is shining extremely bright. The moon looks really good through it. You can get Mars with it. I've seen Neptune with the moon on Neptune. It's very, very hard to see, hard to find. It's very, very far away. Last night I got to see the Orion Nebula, which was really, really cool. I found plenty of Messier objects with this, star clusters and all sorts of good things. So for around $120, I think this is a pretty good deal for a beginner telescope. Now, I haven't had one since I've been a little kid, so like I said, I was pleasantly surprised when I opened this up. Now, what I don't like about it, the main thing I don't like about this, there's two things I don't like about this telescope. Well, actually, let's make that three. We'll get into the eyepieces in a second, but the tripod mount is really not all that sturdy. The telescope shakes a little bit. When you want to try to focus in, you get some shake out of it. I mean, everything's tight as it can be on here, and it's because of this tripod right here. It just is not that sturdy. And the other thing I don't like about it is I've only had this thing since Christmas, and the EQ mount, the elevator on this, will not stay in there straight. So it's on an angle, and I gotta be honest, I'm not too happy about that. I'm not going to send this telescope back for that and not have it for 6 weeks. So I'm just going to go ahead and deal with it, because most of the time when I'm outside, I usually just use these knobs here and I move this thing around where I want to move it around, and I find what I want to find. I don't really zoom in on anything with this unless I'm looking at a planet, and the way they are right now, the way they're coming over the horizon in the morning, you don't even have to put this thing that high. You can even go down half of this right here and it's good enough. I'm sure at some point I'm going to have to go higher up with this, but even if I have to, I can just move this around and do what I got to do to find what I want to find. So I actually, like I said, I like the telescope. I think it's a great deal for $130. So let's get into the eyepieces here. This is the eyepiece that comes with it. It's a 20 millimeter eyepiece. So if you're going to use this by itself, on 1,000 focal, you're looking at about times 50 magnification with this. It comes with a Barlow lens, made out of plastic, not very good. Okay, it's trash in my opinion. And the other lens it comes with is a 4 millimeter, which honestly, it doesn't even have around here so you can put your eye on it. It just 4 millimeters, so times 250 times magnification. That's about the useful magnification you get out of this anyway. So if I use this and the 3 times Barlow, I'm looking at 150 times magnification. And these two together, they're trash. So I'm just going to let you know that beforehand. So what you really want to do, honestly, is get this kit on Amazon. I think it was a little over $30. And with this kit, you get all these pieces right here. You get a 2 times solid Barlow lens, a 15 millimeter, and you get a 6 millimeter. And you also get some filters. You get a moon filter and 2 planet filters, and you get a cleaner for the lens. So for $30, this is clearly worth it. This is the box that it looks like. It would be well worth your money to get this. Definitely well worth it, especially the moon filter, because that moon is bright. When that moon is full and you're looking at through this with this, it's extremely bright. Believe me when I tell you. All right, so other than that, if I had to give this a 4 out of 5 stars is what I would do. These knobs here, you know, I use this thing 3-4 times a week. I absolutely love it. Like I said, I've been able to see the moons around Venus, moons around Jupiter, I'm sorry, the rings around Saturn first time this weekend, the Orion Nebula. It's been absolutely wonderful that I have this. But there is two other things I think that you should, at least one other thing I think you should think about getting. And it's this collimation tool here. This one is the manual one, which actually this one here is the laser one. This made it so much easier for me to collimate this thing. I have the manual one, and my eyesight's not the greatest in the world, and I had a really difficult time doing it. And it fell out of collimation because I accidentally banged it on the way out the door. So it's very sensitive. You got to be careful with it. More than likely, you're going to have to collimate it every once in a while, because when you move it around, everything's shaped. You know, you just got to be careful when you move it around. Like I said, I would give this telescope out of 5 stars. I'd give it 4 out of 5. I have seen some videos on here that the people who made them said they did not like the telescope. But for a beginner scope, $130, Newtonian, 1,000 focal length, 127 milliamps, you can't beat it for $130. So like I said, I'd give it 4 out of 5. Any questions? Feel free to ask me in the comment section.